that challenge that you face, it just builds up what's called the hustle muscle, right? I mean, we all have them. Some are smaller than others.
We're all working on them. Well, most of us are.
But I mean, that's why you get these immigrants that are hungry. And I mean, right now, China is competing extremely heavily with the United States. I mean, those guys have been oppressed for so long. I mean, they don't have the freedom of speech. I mean, their government could execute them or lock them up for simple things, right? So when they see opportunity open up, but now that's being eased a little bit and more capitalism, is going into China. So you're seeing it. That's what happens. Like when these people have been held back, and that's what happens with immigrants. When they come here, they've been held back in their country. They don't have the resources. They don't have, I was watching a documentary on bodybuilding. As you could tell, I'm into that.
Which one? Pump and Iron by Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It was something on Netflix. I mean, hey, I'm a viewer, not a doer.
Yeah.
So, but it was just something interesting because these guys have to have a wicked work ethic and a very, very strong and stringent diet in order to even get to that level. It's just to enter the competition. Forget about winning it. Just to enter any kind of a bodybuilding competition, whether you're grossed out by it, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it, it is freaking difficult.
Super disciplined.
Yeah. So it talked about bodybuilding in different parts of the world. And there's these guys in Africa that are using cinder blocks, dude.
I see that on YouTube. No excuses.
No. And those clips are legit. Like they did a full on like piece in this documentary. I bet if you brought those dudes here, they would outwork anybody.
100%. And they're not using drugs.
Dude,
they're in a junkyard just sitting on tires with cinder blocks, bench pressing cinder blocks.
Yes. Dude. Exactly.
And then, talk about the diet too. I mean, like they don't have all the food sources and nutrition and stuff like that.
And guess what? They make do. They can't afford flights to make it to these high profile bodybuilding competitions in New York, and Europe is another hot spot. So what do? They frickin' created their own bodybuilding competition. At a church, dude. At a freaking church. Like they borrowed the church for a day, and they set up the stage where and they had judges and everything. I mean, total bootstrapping. And then let's say you take those guys and you say, you know what? Someone's going to sponsor you and bring you to the United States. You think when they're used to working out at junkyard and you put them in the middle of like freaking
Gold's Gym,
dude, they're gonna outwork every single person,
and they're gonna be happy just to be there.
Exactly.